Hey y'all, so the other videos in this series didn't have any voiceover, but this one is a little bit more complicated, so I decided to put a little voiceover to explain what's going on. So first we start off with a empty view, and I'm just adding a placeholder widget to make sure that it's showing up. And it looks like I goofed up and didn't add a main function, so nothing showed in the view. Let's go ahead and add that. And now it's showing up. So let's get rid of that placeholder and make an actual real functioning program with a stateful widget called main page. And I'm going to add a scaffold and app bar and start populating the components and widgets of that screen. So one of the first things that I need to do is add a jokes variable. Now this is going to store the list of jokes that we are going to query when we update our app. The original app uses a web API, but for simplicity, this is going to just use a local store of the jokes. Now here I'm starting off by trying to use a function inside of Blockly that allows you to take a string and then provide it some delimiter, parse it down into a list of items. And what I'm doing here is creating a function called getRandomJoke, taking the list of jokes and trying to grab a random one out of it and assign it to the ID, joke ID. And so when I try to run that, I get the dreaded red screen of death. So what I've decided to do is to replace that for the time being with just creating the individual text strings as a list of items. And I find that I'm still having a bit of trouble, so I'm sort of moving around seeing if I can create the text view in a different place to make it show up on the screen. And now we have our joke showing. So once I got that working properly, I went back to my previous solution of using a semicolon separated list to parse that into individual items, just to make it a little bit cleaner and also use built-in blocks that Blockly gives you. So with that set, all I needed to do is add my floating action button, which will take an icon as its child to show sort of a refresh icon. And then I also need to add a set state. Now this set state isn't going to have anything in it because by default set state tells the system I need to update the application because something has changed. In this case, we're kind of using a backdoor of it sort of to have it um, refresh the view, call get random joke, and then redraw everything.